Hello again. This is another InDesign tutorial. This time we're looking at an image reveal and hide for EPUBs. I've got my EPUB reader here and I'm just going to show you the kind of thing that we're going to be doing. I've basically got a page that's been set up with 8 images, and when I tap on each image you can see it reveals some text about that picture. And when I click a different picture, the previous text is hidden and the new text is revealed. And if I want to hide all the text, I simply click on that text frame and it goes away again. So how do we create that? Well, it's fairly straightforward. I'm going to show you right now. Now here's my original page on my InDesign document, and I've set some stuff up, so I'm just going to talk to you first of all about what's been set up on the page. I'll show you in my layers panel. I've got this layer here which contains all the text frames, so if I just hide that you can see all the picture frames underneath, and I'll pop that on there, and you can see that the text frames have got a degree of transparency applied, so there's nothing particularly mysterious at this point. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create another frame, a small frame, and it's going to be completely invisible, and I just want to put it somewhere where there's no other information but on the page. So I'm going to just put a tiny little frame here. Okay, now the thing about this frame is it's important that it doesn't have any fill or any stroke attached to it, so I'm just going to remove the stroke colour there, which is defaulting to this light grey. So it's now got no fill and no stroke applied. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this little frame and all the text frames. So I'm holding down the Shift key and I'm going to Shift select all the text frames like so, and I'm going to make an object state. So I'm going to make a multi-state object, so choose new state, and you can see here that I've got states 1 to 9. So I've got my 8 pictures and my little hidden frame. So this is going to be called hidden. So I'm going to change its name. I'm going to call this destinations MSO, multi-state object, and I'm going to just click on state 1 and I'm going to change its name. And for some bizarre reason I can't pick up the, I can't change, there we are, that'll change. Why can't I pick this one up? Never mind, I'll do it like this. So this is the Dalmatia one, which is in the 8th position, so I'm going to call that 8, and then I'm going to call that one 7. I'm going to call this one 6. That one's going to be 5, 4. So I'm numbering them according to their position on the page. So they're going to be numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7, and 8. So this one is going to be number 3, number 2, and number 1. And then I'm going to see if I can, hooray, I'm going to call this one hidden. Okay. And you'll see why I've created that in a little while. It uses a completely different technique to the previous video, or even though the outcome looks kind of similar. So there's my multi-state object all made, and now I need a means of controlling it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the layers panel and I'm going to go to the images. So I'm going to unlock these first of all because I've got them locked. So this first one here is the Brazilian rainforest, so I'm going to select it like so, and I'm going to make this into a button, and the action I'm going to apply is go to state, and I'm going to go to my destination MSO, and I'm going to choose the corresponding state to the position. So this is in position number 1, so I'm going to choose state number 1, and then I'm going to choose this picture, and again go to state, and this is in position number 2, so I'm going to choose 2, and I'm going to just carry on giving these, go to state, position number 3, and this one here is going to be position number 4, and so on. Now I'm going to just carry on doing this, and I'll see you again when I'm done. Okay, so that's my buttons made for my multi-state object. So let's see how that's going to look. And you can see it works just fine. But the one thing we can't do with this is we can't tap the text box and make it disappear. So that's where our little hidden box comes into its own. What we're going to do is we're going to, every time we want to hide the text box, we're basically going to reveal the hidden box, but of course it doesn't show anywhere, so we won't ever actually see it. So what I'm going to do is I've just clicked on this little hidden box to pick up the whole object state. So there's the MSO, and what I'm going to do is I want to be able to, if I go to position number 1, now the thing with a multi-state object is I can't make a multi-state object itself into a button. So what I'm going to have to do is kind of drill down into the object state itself. So I'm going to just click on here, and I've had to double click, and you can see the selection is now that of the text box and not the object state. Okay, so now I can make this into a button. So I can't make the object state into a button, but I can make the text box into a button. I know that sounds a little bit confusing, but hopefully you get it. I'm just going to go to action, and I'm going to go to state, and this time it's going to be hidden. And I'm going to do this for all of the object states. Okay, so if I click on that, go to object state, and this is position 2 now. So double click to get to the text box, and we're going to go to buttons and forms, and we're choosing go to state again, and again the state is hidden. Okay, and then we go to number 3, double click to get to the text box, go to buttons and forms, and then go to state hidden. And we carry on doing this until we are done. So this one is going to be number 4, and buttons and forms. Oops, I didn't drill down. There we are. Buttons and forms, go to state, hidden, and then deselect and click on there again. Go to object states. This time we're going to number 5. Double click to find the text box, buttons and forms, panel, actions. Let's go to state, and we're choosing hidden again, and then deselect and then reselect it. Go to the object states panel, and this time we're on Wyoming. Double click, back to buttons and forms, click on actions, go to state and choose hidden again. Deselect, click on that, and then, oops, there we are. So number 7 this time, double click to get to the text box, buttons and forms, actions, go to state, hidden. Back to the object states panel, deselect. Number 8 this time. Go to actions. Oops, didn't drill down. Go to state and hidden. So now when we preview this, let's just run that again. So this is our starting position, and now when I click on the pictures, you can see it works just as it did before, but now when I want to get rid of the text, I tap it again and it disappears, and that's all there is to it. So I hope that's been useful, and I'll see you in the next movie.